Hey everyone, ballet.archive here, also known as Andrew Bauer, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have part 3 of my 4-part series with New York City Ballet star Maria Calegari. Please help me in welcoming Maria back to the channel. Welcome, Maria. I'm so excited to have you here. Thank you so much for speaking with me today.
I'm very happy to be with you, Andrew. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, of course. Well, I have a few little questions for you just to get to know you a little bit better.
Wonderful.
So, Maria, please tell me, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Bayside, Queens, so not too far from Manhattan. Yeah, so I
Oh,
was quite close to the arts and went to the Nutcracker as a young girl. Yeah,
really? Do you have any siblings? No way. Okay, okay. She's just Maria.
that was it. I
We
kept my
love.
parents very entertained.
Right, you made up for it with the
I
lack of other
did. I
siblings.
did. I did.
Oh,
Actually, a funny moment is, well, my parents were very musical. My father played beautiful music all the time and he played the guitar. So I had music, 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 but I would make them sit on the couch and watch me dance to all of Bolero. You know
no.
how long that is?
Oh my gosh.
It's a forever
Boom.
piece of, yeah, it's forever.
That's intense. How old were you when you were doing that?
Like four, you know. Oh, geez.
You sure knew how to capture attention from a young age.
Indeed.
Love that.
Mhm.
Well, do you remember how old you were when you took your first dance class?
Yeah, I think I was about four and a half. I had a lot of motor activity. My pediatrician told my parents you better channel it, and so that happened to be a studio right on the boulevard where my father had his photography studio, which was also
Oh,
wonderful.
wow.
Yeah, the photography studio was so fantastic because my father like taught me how to sit, at a very early age. I mean, I'm learning épaulement, the head and
The
the
head.
sit. Yeah, and so fascinating. And anyways, my first teacher was a wonderful German, Jeanette, her name was, and she was from Hamburg.
Oh,
So it was
really?
very, very interesting influence that early. Yeah,
Interesting. So did you feel you had a very like European style training
I
to your
think
younger?
so. Yes, because,
Wow.
we did Hungarian dancing, Shardash.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I loved it so much. And we did tap dance. We had tap, and it was really fun. It was really great.
Wow. What
Mm.
other styles did you do when you were training?
Well, ballet. My second school, I did jazz. So I got more of a jazz influence when I went to school in
Oh.
Forest Hills.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
It was so interesting what you were saying about um your dad's like influence as a photographer, what it had on like how you would pose and how you would stand. Do you
Yeah.
feel
And
like there were any other
well,
effects that your parents like creativity had on your ballet when you were younger?
yeah. And also with the photography, it's all about how to capture the light.
Oh, okay.
So then I knew how to do that. And
What do you
also
mean by that?
posture, because when you're getting photographed in a studio setting, you have to sit so properly
Oh,
and
okay.
pose and all of that. You know,
Yeah.
my mother, no matter what school I went to, made all the costumes. So she was an incredible
Oh
seamstress.
my goodness.
So I had that. Yeah,
That's a big undertaking to make all those costumes.
it was. She was incredible. I still have
Wow.
her sewing machine.
No way. Do you still
Yeah,
have some of the costumes that she made?
I do. I have that Hungarian costume.
Oh, really? Oh, we'll
You
have to
know
take.
why? Because my mother was a saver, and she saved everything. So I've got like all my reviews. I have all my
No
photos.
way.
It's so good.
That's incredible.
It is. It
She was a
is.
little archivist of the family.
Yes, yes, yes,
We
yes.
love that. I'll
Amazing.
have to take a look at some of those
Oh,
documents.
yes, I'll have to
Incredible.
check it out. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, do you remember when you first started doing Balanchine style training and like what that transition was like from your Hamburg
Yeah.
style?
Yeah, because I went to this second school in Forest Hills that already had someone going to SAB. And at that time, Andrew, is when they started the Ford Foundation scholarships, and that was a
Oh,
big deal. So I auditioned and I got into the summer course. That's where usually people start, unless you're born in New York. And
okay.
then they start younger and they're in the Nutcracker and all. But when you're a little bit
Oh,
older and
interesting.
you come from outside, you take the summer course.
Oh, that's your way in.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's your way in. And then if you like it and you want to stay, you get you asked to be accepted into the winter program, the real program.
Oh, do you have to audition for the winter program or
I
it's an
I
invitation?
well, I don't know. I took an audition and it was very scary. And it was by Madame Tunkovsky, who we all adored.
Oh, okay.
Tinkovsky was one of the Russian teachers, and she gave an incredibly hard class, incredible.
Oh,
And she gave me my audition, and I was terrified, but I finally got in. I didn't get a scholarship at first, but my parents said it's okay. But then very soon after that, I did get a scholarship. So
oh, good, good.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, very different. And I had a
Yeah.
lot of catching up to do because, you can't, I could, my school was wonderful. I got to do my first Swan Lake in
Oh,
in that school, like my first second act adagio. My pictures from that are so sweet.
oh, wow. As like the role as like Odette.
Yeah, like 12 years old,
Oh
this
my
the
goodness.
adagio.
That's crazy.
It is
The
crazy.
Wunderkind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know how
How old
good
were
it
you
was,
when you
but
first like went on point?
yeah. I had an interesting thing happen to me in sixth grade. So you're like about 12, 12 or what, and you're just kind of starting point. But
Mm.
I got a little affliction. It's called Freiberg's disease, and
Oh.
it's when young people get a growth spurt. And so my second toe on my right foot,
Mhm.
um, the bone was here and it was back here, but right there was no bone
Oh my
because
God.
it grew like this. Yeah.
Oh
And
my.
I had a very lucky thing happen because the regular doctor wanted to put metal in there. And if they had put metal in there, I would never have danced. But my father had a wonderful surgeon, and he was one of those rare kind, like a brilliant guy. And he said, "Oh, no, no surgery. You are going to be on crutches until this bone grows."
Oh.
Yeah. And that's what I did. And so I was on crutches. And the thing was, is he didn't want to give me a cast. So I had to keep my foot up, like on the honor system.
Really? There was no cast or anything. You just had to keep it up like a
Yeah.
little flamingo?
Sometimes I cheated. I know I did. But and also my friends at school thought I was like maybe kidding, like, well, why are you on the couches if you don't have a cast?
That's
And
too
it
silly. Oh
was
my
it was so
gosh.
awful. And every month
They're
I would
giving me like
go
side
in,
eye.
yeah, every month I'd go in and he'd take a new x-ray, no bone, no bone. So it took 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding.
That's a long time.
Total discipline. It
Because
took,
you didn't even know how long it was going to take. You're just waiting and waiting and waiting.
yes.
Wow. You
Yes.
really have incredible patience.
It was really a test. But I was so lucky because my teacher in sixth grade was just an incredible person. So I was very lucky
Who's
that
your teacher at that point?
well, my school teacher.
Oh, okay, for the
Yeah, no, my
academic.
school teacher. Yeah, my other it was so weird. I came back from ballet camp. I used to go to ballet camp in
Oh,
Monticello, New York. I'll mention it because this was an important dancer at this time. His name was Istvan Robovsky, and he had escaped Hungary, not
oh my
like
God.
kind of like our physical therapist in New York City Ballet, Marika Molnar. She's Hungarian. Her parents took her and her sister during the revolution, and he did the same thing. But
Wow.
he was quite well known, and he had a camp in Monticello, New York.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
incredible.
And it was so much fun. And so I got that. That was before I went to SAB. So I was getting this Russian-y feel. He was Hungarian, but it was
Okay.
really exciting. And
Wow.
yeah, I met one of my still very, very close friends there.
Really?
She, yeah,
Who'd you meet?
she's a year and a half younger than me. And she also became a ballerina, and her name is Nicole Holinka.
Oh, no way.
Hey, and we're still friends today.
I
I know,
love
it's so
that.
cute. And
Lifelong friendships.
I liked her very much right from the beginning. I remember feeling somewhat maternal about her. Like I would have my arm, I have a photo of my arm around her, and I'm like taking care of
I
her.
love
It's
you're
so
like you're mine.
it's so cute.
That's adorable. Oh, love
Yeah.
that.
But so I did the camp, and that was, I think, after the Freiburgs. The Freiburgs, I was a little bit younger, um, and and then I got into the School of American
Oh,
Ballet.
wow.
Yeah,
And then that whole track begun.
that whole
What
thing.
was it like trying to juggle your academic life for school and then the ballet world? Was that difficult?
Um, yes. My first year, I was at SAB for 3 years. My first year, I commuted by myself on the Long Island Railroad.
Oh my gosh.
I had to go to
Treacherous.
I had to go to Penn Station and then change on the IRT, go
Oh my,
uptown, take my classes, get back on the IRT, go back home, do my homework in the train. And that was my first year of SAB.
that's
Oh, it
crazy.
was so crazy. But
You were like a mini adult at that point.
I met another very important friend that I am still very good friends with. And her name is Stephanie Soland.
We love
Because
Stephanie.
I know we love Stephanie. She lived in Great Neck.
Oh,
And
really?
she went to the School of American Ballet, and she took the Long Island Railroad because it's the same line.
Okay.
I didn't know her then, but I was like, oh, there's Stephanie. I'd be like looking up to her and everything. It was really cool.
You're like, Stephanie's here too.
Yeah. And she always had beautiful clothes on. I still can see her in this, like, with the fur collar and everything and looking so
Oh,
gorgeous.
I love that. She's
Ah,
surfing
yeah.
on the
And
rail.
years later, we would become good friends, and I love doing divert with her. We would be opposite each other coming out of the wings and stuff, and it was really
Oh, okay.
that was
Yeah.
really cool. But
So was
then
she older than you in the school? Was she, or
yeah,
were you
she's
the
a little
senior?
older. Yeah,
Okay.
I would say maybe two classes ahead.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and then I got a full scholarship, which meant so I went to school in Bayside. So now I got to go to professional children's school in,
Oh.
in grade 11 and 12. And then that's when they
Oh.
divide up the classes, Andrew, and you do a curriculum class, then you run to SAB, take your morning class, have your lunch, run back to school, two more classes, run back to SAB,
Oh my gosh.
then go home. It
That's a crazy long day.
was a
Can
crazy, but I
imagine.
think if you're young, it's all right.
I guess, yeah. Anything to make your dreams come true, you're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, it kind of happens to you.
What were some of your favorite like academic subjects in school? Did you have any?
Mm. I loved history and I loved French. Had a
Oh, you
really
spoke
good French
French.
teacher. Well, I
Parlez-vous
did back then, and
français?
now it's on. But I
Yes,
love
un
French.
peu.
French stuff.
Un petit
But
peu.
of course, ballet is in French, so you know,
So do you feel like that helps at all, or
I think
it's
so.
so different?
Yeah, it's so different.
Would you
But
use it when you would like go stage things like abroad when you
well,
take
yep,
pairs off for ballet?
you have to have a few words when
You
you
do.
have to have a little bit of Russian, a little bit of French,
Oh, really?
German,
So she's a polyglot.
Yes, but dancers in all over the world talk English now, so it's okay.
Mm. And it's just nice how dance is such an international language where you don't always have to be speaking the words. You could just be doing the movement and like convey a
That was very
message.
good. That was
Oh,
very good.
stop it. I always You're too sweet. Oh, do you remember some of the first ballets that you went to see when you were younger?
Right. Well, of course, there was the Nutcracker. That was,
Balanchines?
oh, of course, of
Oh,
course.
of course.
I
What
mean,
else?
excuse me, like the what we say, the tree is the real ballerina. That's the real star. But yeah, but I also got to see Firebird, the matinee that we used to do, Swan Lake Firebird Western, Afternoon of a Fawn. It was
Oh
like
my
this
goodness.
quadruple
What a
bill.
program.
Yeah. But I did get to see that when I was younger, and because my first school, one of the dancers that I knew had gotten into the New York City Ballet. Her name was Giselle Roberge,
Mm.
and she brought us there, and she took us backstage, and we saw all the crazy monster costumes in Firebird, and
Oh yeah, those things are crazy.
they are crazy.
Was that scary to see as a
They were
child?
very scary.
I feel like up close I kind of freak out.
Exactly. And then that was actually, she gave me my first intro to Mr. Balanchine on the elevator when we got on the elevator, and there he was. He was very serious.
Just standing there. Did
And
he speak to you at all?
no, like just a little. And I remember he looked me down and he looked me up, and I was terrified of his necktie that he was wearing. He
Oh,
always wore the scarf, right? He never wore the tie.
I think I've seen
That's
photos. Yeah.
very French, I think, or something.
He's
And
very dapper, that man.
yeah, that was my first
That's crazy. So
glimpse of
intimidating.
him. My first
I'm looking
glimpse.
you up and down.
Just looking up and
I'd
down.
pass out.
Yeah.
Um, do you remember seeing like any of those roles in that first program that you were like, I want to perform that someday? You know, if it was in the Nutcracker or
Um,
any of
well, yes, Nutcracker.
oh
I mean, I was
which roles in that one?
so in love with, and always stayed in love with Patty McBride and Edward Villella doing the Nutcracker part of it. To me, it was just,
Did you saw them perform that live?
yeah, it was just
Oh,
unbelievable. So much passion and beauty, and
mm.
so beautiful. Yeah, loved
Like I
that.
want to do that someday.
Yeah, I think so. And
Mm.
actually, actually though, it's strange. I didn't have ambitions. I didn't say to myself, I know some dancers
Yeah.
report doing that, but I didn't do that.
Oh,
I don't know. I was just observing. I wasn't competitive like that,
it's so
or
interesting. You're just like
whatever.
in love with the art form.
Yeah, I just was watching. I love Fire. I thought Firebird was incredible with Melissa Hayden. Oh my God, I thought it was
Mm.
fantastic. But I was still very naive and not that cultured. I didn't know that much about this New
Mm.
York City Ballet. As a matter of fact,
Right,
I
right.
I went to ABT also because my teachers, um, my second school loved ABT
Mm.
also. They weren't so fond of the abstract work of Balanchine as they were of the classics. So I did go there quite a bit, and I saw Carla Fracci do Giselle,
Oh my
and it
gosh.
blew my mind, and I was like, gee,
She's
and
incredible in
I was
that.
at SAB. I was like, gee, maybe I want to be in this company.
Wait, should I go there?
Yeah, should I go across the hall there? Should
So
I
funny.
just go across?
So
Oh,
how'd you decide just like to not do
I
that, and to stick with SAB?
Yeah, that
They're
that's
so
God
different. It's
knows.
such a tough
God knows.
decision.
Um, I don't know. I was, in the school, and I just kept progressing. I don't know. I
Okay.
just kept getting better. And once I finished
Mm.
my first year, was B2, I went right to C2. Now C2, the division is split between C1 and C2. And C2 was considered like a special class. And there were a lot of wonderful dancers in that we all got in the company, so many of us.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so it
Let's
was like
do
it was small, but it was very good.
like a
Very,
talented group.
yes, a very talented group.
So is
And
it competitive to be with that much talent?
Uh, I don't know. At that time, not too bad.
Okay. Yeah, you weren't really focusing on other
We're all
people. You were
working.
just
Yeah, we're all working, and our teachers were so overwhelming that, it didn't allow for, to me, it didn't allow for any kind of shenanigans or competition
okay.
or anything. You're just working very hard with, we had Danilova, we had
Oh, wow.
Grofska, who was
Ross.
exceptional. We had
Okay.
Stanley Williams,
Hmm.
um, and we had, all these wonderful Tchaikovsky, of course. But the real important person I feel like that we had, well, as important, they all had different functions, but we were very lucky because Suki Shorer had just come from the company to teach
Oh.
in the school.
Oh,
And,
wow.
Mr. B, I think, knew from a very early point in her life that she was going to be a good teacher. And he sent, she retired
Mm.
and into the school she went. So we got like this new teaching of his, like the up to
Yeah.
date teaching.
Yeah. From like directly from someone who worked with the
Yeah,
source. Would
yeah,
balance you never teach
exactly.
at the school?
I think he used to, but not during my time period.
Not when
He,
you were there.
no, he was very hands-on for workshop though. So like he would come in, and
Oh.
when workshop went, he would come and do the orchestra rehearsals with us
Oh,
and
really? Okay.
come up on the stage. My first year I did Danilova did part of Sleeping Beauty. And I
Oh.
did one of there was always two performances, and one of them I did the Diamond Fairy, and she has a solo, and oh my God, I was terrified. And Balanchine came up on the stage, and he's doing the tempo, like trying to get the tempo correct, and
Oh my.
oh my God,
It was like so fast. You're like, ah, Balanchine, stay away. That's very intimidating.
it's so
But like,
good.
I guess they start at a young age to say like this is what's expected, you know? So did Balanchine
Yeah.
do his own version of Sleeping Beauty, or were you
No,
performing someone else's choreography?
Danilova's as she remembered it. This was Danilova's. She did the wedding. I mean,
Oh,
she had danced it, and she did Petipaw's version.
oh, okay.
No,
Very
pretty
interesting.
standard, standard Sleeping
Yeah.
Beauty, the last
Yeah.
wedding. And
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
so it was
we love.
it was standard. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then
So
the
that was
next
your
year,
first,
yeah, that was my
that was the
first
first workshop?
workshop. And then the next year was even more exciting because she did Paquita, and I got to do the ballerina part in the second performance. Lourdes Lopez did it in the first, and I did it in the second. And it
Whoa.
was also our Suki Shur's first staging of Serenade.
Oh, of
So
Serenade.
that was
Oh,
extremely exciting. Serenade, yeah. That was our first look at Serenade, basically.
like your first introduction to being able to be in it and like perform some
Yeah,
of the choreography.
yeah, yeah, it was
Wow.
incredible. And
So,
yeah,
wow. So do you remember like the first day working on Serenade, what it was like to be in the studio, what it
oh
felt
my
like to
God.
be
Yeah, it was really,
cast, like what was going on there?
yeah, it was really, really, really exciting. And maybe I had seen it once at the theater because, you used to be able to sneak in. All the students would go up to the top of the theater,
Oh, really?
watch the ballet, like for free and stuff. People
That's
knew how to do
amazing.
that, and that was so cute.
Oh,
But yeah, so Suki, yeah, so my story that I love to tell is Suki was putting the chevron together, the beginning opening with the
okay.
17 girls, and she's placing everybody, and like I'm not in it, and I'm not even an understudy. I'm devastated.
Yeah.
you know and then so like I walk over to the piano, where the
Like
pianist is,
sulking.
and her notes are on the piano, and oh Maria, I shouldn't have, but I did. I looked. I looked, and she had written out the casting, and there it said Dark Angel. What the heck is that? Maria Calegari. And I'm like, wow, I'm gonna be in it. This is great.
I'm gonna be in it.
Indeed, indeed. So
That's a nice moment. Do you
yeah.
remember who your man was, who you were leading onto
Oh,
stage?
yes, of course. It was Victor Barbie,
Oh, Victor
who
Barbie.
then became a very excellent dancer at ABT and ABT for all these years. I worked with him my first staging of Mozartiana for
Mm.
ABT. My first two staging. I staged Mozartiana 3 times for ABT.
Oh,
Kevin
really?
McKenzie really liked it. Yeah, and the first one he really liked it, which is really great.
It's a
But
nice one, you know?
it is
He's
nice.
like, Maria, come on back.
Yeah,
Maria, you know what we want to do.
yeah, it was great. It was great.
Wait,
It's
that's
a
so
great, great ballet.
incredible.
Yeah.
Was it really hard to, you know,
Mhm.
nail that entrance for the Dark Angel? Because every time I watch the ballet,
The first
where you
entrance
have to lead
here.
him on and you
Oh,
have to land
oh,
directly in the spot to, like, how do you rehearse that? Is it a certain number of steps that you know that you want to do? Are you like, I
mhm.
don't know. I'm just every time I watch that, it just blows my mind because he's blind, he can't see anything, and then there's not even any moment to fix your steps, you know. It's he plans where he has to be, and then you go directly into the next pose, and just like how long does it take to work that out?
Well, that's a very perceptive question, Andrew. And not only is it perceptive, it was extremely important to Mr. Balanchine, and he
Oh,
used
really?
to he used to be very demanding of what he wanted on that entrance. And he would come to the wing, even because it's like the third wing, and he would come and he would stand there,
Oh my God.
making sure like we got out okay or did I don't know, he just was hanging out,
That's
to
very
make
intimidating.
it's very intimidating.
You're like, I'm trying to lead him my
But
best.
no, there are some, yes, there are some keys. Well, first of all, just so you know, it's really your middle finger, this one, that goes over the man's eyebrows. That's right.
Oh,
And so you see, and hide your
you
thumb. So
kind
we
of.
don't want to see your thumb. Put your thumb down. Thumb. Yeah, we don't want to see your thumb sticking out. Right. And so you leave a little bit of sight, you say.
Oh, yeah,
And
so I can still
yes,
see.
yes, you leave a little bit of sight.
Oh, thanks for teaching me the little hacks. Balancing hacks with Maria.
And then you're very close to the man, your belly to, your back to belly. You're
Yeah,
very
it seems,
tight. And you have to practice that walking.
but yeah,
The
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 coordination seems a
woman,
little
yes,
unnatural.
it is unnatural. And then yes, you unfold the wings, and then actually it's quite hard to get up and walk around the man and the woman on the floor and step into that arabesque. That's kind of
Mm.
a little tricky.
No, it seems like there's no room for error when you're watching it, you know? Because the whole, like, you're the only people on stage. You've had this
Yeah.
great dramatic walk on. It's like leading up to some type of moment, and then you're like, what's gonna happen? Where it's like you can't even kind of shuffle your feet if your balance isn't where you want it to be because
Mhm.
we're watching. You know what I mean? So every step counts.
It
So I
does.
feel
It
you
does.
felt the pressure as you were doing those.
Yes, indeed.
That's crazy. And then is it hard to do that arabesque like promenade? Like,
At
do you
first,
kind of
it's
hit it
hard.
and then you feel like you're on your leg, or are you constantly kind of adjusting, throughout? Because it seems like the man he's only holding onto your leg, right? Like you're kind of
The
like your
thigh.
thigh.
It's the thigh. It's
It's
above the knee.
and he's just like rotating you from there, and that's
Just
that's all you
rotate.
have.
Yes.
It's that even that blows my mind.
I
You know,
know. I
everything about
know.
it is just so
It's
it's so
incredible.
precise.
Yeah. How do you think of it? I don't know.
No,
It's
I feel like a lot of sometimes
quite nice.
what?
It's quite nice. But
Yeah.
the second it's two revolutions, and the second one can be quite tricky.
I feel like the first one kind of isn't exactly
Yeah. You
wait,
can
it
fall
can go
over. You can
awry,
fall
and you
over.
still have to grow at the end of it.
You
You
have to
know,
grow.
you have to grow, so you got to be thinking about that too. It's a lot.
It's a big thing. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you were just a student when you did that for the first time as well, so that
Yeah.
just makes it even more impressive.
I know it. I know it. Oh my God. But we back then with workshop, we learned these things really early in the year, and then we got to practice it for a really long time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, yeah. We had more time than they have now for things, I think. So we got a lot of practice time.
Oh, that's good. Because
Yeah,
that's what
this
you
year
want
was,
going into it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not to be worrying about what's even the choreography, because you can't
yeah.
give a compelling performance then. And it's so
Yeah.
much about the musicality too, that if you're thinking about the steps, you're not really in the music yet. You're not just you're not feeling it. There's a freedom to serenade as well. Like the hair comes
Well,
down.
yeah. But of course, in the beginning, it wasn't, you know, that story, right? If you've read Tony Bentley's book. And so
Oh,
at workshop, the hair was up. And then it was much later on in the late 70s when I was finally dancing it in the company. And I was dancing it with Karen von Arldingen as the ballerina. And then it was either Colleen Neary, who was a soloist, or Kira Nichols,
oh,
doing
Nichols.
Russian. And Mr. B was very, you know, always breathing fresh air into his pieces, you know? It never was stagnant. And we were upstairs in the main hall, and um, I don't know, he came over and he said, right before so I'm up there with the man right in the back of the studio, and he says, "Did you cut your hair for is your hair still long? Did you cut your hair for your boyfriend?" But it was known in the company, Andrew, that he preferred us all to have long hair because he did
Oh,
certain things like the first movement elegy of Suite Number 3.
okay.
And that, yeah, that's on YouTube. What
I
we,
don't
we
think
filmed
I'll have to.
that for Dance in America.
Oh,
The
did you?
hair is, yes, the hair is down, and he loved hair down. And actually, Alistair Macaulay told us that when he first did Serenade, there was a time period where they were doing the hair down for the elegy, but then it's changed, and no one, hair was up, hair
Oh,
was up. So we're upstairs, and then Karen's there, and she's on the floor and takes her hair down, and Colleen takes her hair down, and then it was hair down
really?
from then on.
He's like,
I
I
like
put it
it.
down.
He says, I like it. And the poor waltz girl, though, has to figure out at the end of the waltz how to chaîner and take her hair down because she
I was
doesn't.
gonna ask, yeah, how does she do that?
Well, her
Like,
entrance before, there's an entrance before
okay.
she leaves the stage,
Hmm.
stage left, actually. And
Hmm.
they undo their hair somewhat. And then they
Okay.
either just put it up with a clip or a few pins. And then when they
Oh.
chaîner, they take those out. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Oh, really? Sometimes it gets kind of stuck.
Sometimes it's like you see them chaîning for a long time and it's like forever up here, you know. I would
That's actually
die
so
to
funny.
do that. Oh my God.
You're like, those shenanigans have been going on for a while. Like, is there an opportunity to go off stage where they can like kind of fix the hair before coming back out again? Or if it's
No, no.
messed.
This is the only time they exit.
Okay, I was trying to think with the Waltz girl, she
No,
has
no, they
to go off
exit and then
again.
they come out for a
Mm.
very short time for the finale step, and the little adagio and then the finale step, and then that's it.
Oh wow.
So they
Wow.
have to get it right.
They have that's a lot of stress, a lot of pressure.
You
Like,
see,
it's not all about that moment, but just I feel like whenever there's like a costume change or a hair, I've never had to do a hair change during a dance, but the thought of that seems very stressful for me. But
mhm.
they
Yeah,
all seem to pull it off very
yes,
gracefully. So
yeah,
kudos to all the Waltz girls out there who have made that
absolutely.
happen.
Kudos, definitely, definitely.
Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed our conversation and make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for more videos. See you next time.